What's happening, y'all? Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, player. It do not cost you a thing. Why you ain't hit the subscribe button yet? You still ain't hit it. Hit that subscribe button, man, and hit that like button. Don't be a player hater. Let's go. What's happening with you guys, man? Now, this is a part 2 from a video I did titled Sureno gets Norteno in Stockton. That's part 1. If you haven't watched that video yet, I highly suggest you go watch that video first and then come back to this video, which is part 2. There's a playlist. If you go to my channel, go to the playlist tab, and these videos will be in that playlist, so you guys can watch both of them. Now, where we left off on part 1, when I go to Juvenile Hall and see the individual Pumbaa that killed Pablo Hernandez in a drive-by shooting. The homie Pablo, rest in peace. Now, before we get into that, because I already told you a little bit about Pumbaa, told you a little bit about Pablo, let me tell you a little bit about myself and how we got to this point. See, my family and where I come from is what they call a generational gang family. Everyone's gang banging, right? Everyone runs in the family. My dad's been in prison, in and out of prison. My grandfather's been in and out of prison. All my uncles, old veteranos, my cousins, everybody, right? In and out the system, all gang members. It's all we know. It's all we know. It's all I knew, right? Being brought up like this by these dudes, these were who my teachers were. This is all they knew, so this is all they knew how to teach, right? Everyone's been in and out the system. My dad's been through the system throughout the 70s, 80s. My grandpa went through the system in the 60s. All my uncles, some of my uncles went through the feds, been indicted. I'm not going to say who they were indicted with or what for, but you can put 2 and 2 together. My family was the homies. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I knew. There wasn't no choice on where you feel me, where you want to be from. You didn't get picked. It was this and this only, and it was fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like Southsiders growing up. Didn't even know why. I just knew they were blue, they were 13, and it was fuck them. And if you see them, you gotta fight them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. I'm talking about since a child, bro. Since a kid growing up in elementary school, I knew that already. I knew it was this is what we are, and that's who they are, and it's us versus them. Didn't know why. Didn't even need to question why. It was just second nature. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Now that's the type of household I was brought up in. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know why I didn't like Southsiders. I just knew I didn't like them. I just knew I had to fight them, and that's just the way it was. There was not even no questioning it, right? Now we're to the point where in middle school. My best friend was just killed. Pablo, rest in peace. I get a gun, and I'm arrested with that gun 3 days after Pablo dies, right? I getting a firearm at this young age in middle school. It was easy for me. Could get one like that. It was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I come from. So when Pablo died, I went and got a gun, and I was arrested with it. It's probably a good thing I was arrested with it, because when Pablo died, it sparked a flame inside me. A flame within was sparked rage, anger. It awoke in a beast. Pablo's death created a monster. I became that monster. Just this angry youngster, this angry kid full of rage. And I vowed revenge. I got to kill all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? At this young age, this is what my goal was. I'm going to kill every single one of them. And I would have. Not getting on here saying I'm this big bad motherfucker, but this is just reality. I'm pretty sure there's others that went through similar experiences. So I get caught with the gun. I go to school to sell some weed. I didn't even go to this school. I went to a school I didn't even go to sell some weed. I get caught with the gun. I go to Juvenile Hall. When I'm in Juvenile Hall, I get to I don't know if you guys are familiar with Stockton Juvenile Hall, but it's off the hook. At least at this point, it was off the hook, bro. Stockton, let me tell you a little bit about Stockton Juvenile Hall. They called it Baby YA, Little YA, because if you didn't know how to fight when you got there, you were for sure gonna have some fighting experience when you left, bro. It's everyone fights. There's everyone there. There's Bloods, there's Crips, there's Asian Bloods, Asian Crips, Tiny Rascal gangs. There's young Nortenos, young Surenos, dudes from the Bay, white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the COs let you fight, depending on who's working. Shit, the motherfucking there's even the teenagers fighting the COs. That's how off the hook this Juvenile Hall was, bro. You could even catch a fade with the CO, bro. There was no cameras at this time inside the entire Juvenile Hall. So everyone was fighting, bro. They even have little YA politics inside this Juvenile Hall. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you say certain words, you bust someone's ears, you got to automatically catch that fade. Nortenos can't use phone 3. Surenos can't use phone 4. Little shit like that. It's like a little, they called it Baby YA. So I get here. It's not my first time, but it's for my first serious case. Gun charge. First gun charge, 14 years old. I asked the homies, where the Southsiders at, right? But of course I'm using derogatory terms. He said there's none here in this unit. It's unit 6. He goes, they're in unit 2. Okay. So they're in unit 2. So how do I get to unit 2? He goes, you can't. They just up to the COs if they transfer you there. Sure enough, about 2 days later, they transfer me to unit 2. I get there. It's day room. I go straight to where the homies' tables were. Introduce myself. There's about 6 homies at the table. 5, including myself, 6. I'm shaking the homies' hands, introducing myself. And there's one dude that I'm getting to, and he's black. And he's sitting at the homie table. I'm thinking, okay, maybe this might be a black homie. He shakes my hand and says, Eastside Stockton Crip, C14. Shakes my hand. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's what's up, right? I heard about C14. Never met anybody from C14. This was the first one. Now, I wasn't in this pod or this unit for no more than 2 minutes. I look across the day room, and who do I see? Puma Torres, right? I was like, hey, what's that Southsider's name over there? They say Torres. They say his last name. They're like, he's in here for killing the homie. I said, yeah, that's that motherfucker. And I explained to him what the situation, right? Like, yeah, that was my homie. Whoop. So they're like, okay, well, we're gonna get him. And as we're plotting to get this dude, boom, a chair comes flying across the table and he smacks the homie in the head. A second chair comes flying, the homie, we dodge it. It's on and cracking. The Southsiders rushed us. We get up, and now it's a little mini riot. I go to the middle of the day room. As I'm running up, who meets me in the middle? That bitch ass nigga Pumbaa. We start going heads. Start throwing shoulders. We're going heads up, right? I'm hitting him. He's hitting me. Everyone else is fighting each other because there's about another 6, 7 Southsiders, and then everyone else in the day room is just going berserk. They're flipping tables, throwing chairs. Kids that are not involved in the fight going behind the CO's podium, ripping the computer off the wall, throwing it across the day room, snapping the computer keyboard in half, grabbing the reports from the COs and throwing them in the air, ripping their reports up. Anything that was able to be grabbed, thrown, or broken, that's what was being done. I swear to God, it was a little riot in here. There's only 2 COs and they couldn't stop it. And while all this is happening, we're fighting, and everybody else is going berserk around us. As I'm fighting this dude, I get tackled from the back by a CO. Now, Pumbaa is a bigger kid, heavier set kid, more heavier than me, taller than me. So why the CO tackled me, I don't know. You would think he would tackle the bigger kid, right? But he tackles me. I go to the ground. Then Pumbaa turns and starts fighting someone else. The CO puts his knee on my neck and tells me, don't fucking move, stay down, with pepper spray in my face. He didn't spray me, he just has the can in my face. Don't fucking move, stay down, right? And then he gets up without handcuffing me or zip tying me and just leaves to try to stop someone else from fighting. And in my head, I'm thinking, this stupid motherfucker really thinks I'm just about to just stay here? Hell no. I instantly bounce back up, look for Pumbaa, and I see him. We start fighting again. Boom, 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 boom. The Crip 14 homie jumps in. We start jumping them, right? And as this is going on, I start moving. It's like stick and move type situation. You hit one dude a few times, you run to the next. You hit one dude a few times, you run to the next. And that's what I was doing during this time. And then my focus went back to Pumbaa. Him and the C-14 now are going heads up. It was like tunnel vision for me. They're going heads up, and I just seen it. A tunnel vision. I run with all my might and any strength I ever had. I threw it into this one punch and connect right in his jaw. Boom! Cracked him. I stumble. As I crack him, I stumble in between him and the Crip 14 homie. He stumble. He's starting to fall back now. Now, I don't know if you guys ever broke someone's jaw, but when you do, you feel it and you know you just fucked him up. And that's what I felt. I knew I broke his jaw at that moment. And then as I stumble in between them two, the Crip 14 homie jumps on him with wails of punches. Boom, 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 boom. And now he's on top of him. Pumbaa's on the floor. Crip 14 homie's on top of him. I'm now stomping him out. At the same time, the C-14 homie's on top of him throwing punches while I'm trying to stomp him out. He's practically hitting my leg as I'm trying to stomp him out. By this time, there's pepper spray everywhere. We've been sprayed by COs. Now new COs came rushing in. They tackled us to the floor. We're now on the ground. We stomped dude out, beat his ass. He's in a puddle of blood. Like literally in a puddle. His face is fucked up. His jaw is broke. It's sideways. Now, I get tackled to the ground. I'm on the ground. Crip 14 homie, he ends up on the ground next to me. We're both in handcuffs laying there. We're in handcuffs. The COs are calming everything down. They got everyone in cuffs. Some kids are in zip ties. And now they're escorting everyone back to their cells individually, one by one. They pick me up. And as I get up, I look and see Pumbaa. There's a couple COs standing next to him, and there's a female CO on one knee trying to get him to calm down, like telling him everything's going to be okay, because he was in pain. He was like moaning, trying to say words, but he couldn't because his jaw was fucked off. You feel what I'm saying? And there was blood everywhere, and as I walked past him, I spit. That's for Pablo, bitch. And then he tries to groan something back at me, but I couldn't understand him. Like, we just fucked his jaw off. He couldn't say shit, but he tried to. He looked up, see me, tried to say something. And I get escorted back to my cell, and that's the last time I seen him. And I still, though, even though we fucked him up, we got his jaw broke, he was taken to the hospital, his jaw was wired shut. After that, they end up isolating him, giving him a bigger cell where he just stays in there by himself. He don't come out with nobody else. Has his own program, 1 hour a day by himself. You feel me? And that's all they did. No one could get to him. They completely isolated him from the rest of the population. For that gun charge, I ended up getting 60 days. It was my first real actual case. All my other cases been for like weed, fighting at school, shit like that. This was my real case. They gave me 60 days. I was only supposed to do 30 days out of that 60. Ended up maxing out. Kept fighting. Didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck if I had fucking was my out day was tomorrow. I'm fighting if one of them dudes come in, because that was my whole thought process. If one of them come into this unit, we getting off. I don't give a fuck who it is, how many they are, how big they are. I'm getting off. And if you niggas don't want to get off with me, then fuck you niggas. You niggas is bitches. Period. That's the type of mentality I had. Like, I'm getting off. I'm not programming with these dudes, because there'd be some homies in there that would be like, nah, man, we just gonna be cool as long as they ain't disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? We could program. Nigga, fuck that. I'm getting off, my nigga. Period. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting off, my nigga. I'm not programming with these dudes. Fuck them. Right? That was my whole mentality. And, bro, it cost me a lot of time. Like, I ain't never got out on my out day. Ever. Yeah, even in prison, I ain't reached my out day. You know what I'm saying? That's just my mentality that I had when I was this youngster. Now, this shit didn't end here, bro. This shit continued on the streets. It continued. It was continued to be bloody. It was a war out there. I was actually stabbed a few months after this by a Southsider on Charter Way. I'm gonna get into that video next, because the war continues with the homies in Stockton versus Playboys, and I'm gonna tell you how the homies ended Playboys in Stockton and finally got rid of them all after what I'm telling you, these situations, because all what I'm telling you plays a huge role in why there's no more Southsiders in Stockton, at least actively in Stockton, as well as another Southsider that was killed by the name of Snappy. This plays all this, what I'm telling you right now, plays a role in it together. They're all connected, bro. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Part 3 is when I get out of Juvenile Hall and I'm thugging, right? And then I'm getting caught slipping on Charter Way. I get caught slipping on Charter by some Southsiders. Yep, in Stockton. Catch me slipping. Yeah, I was slipping, bro. And they got me good, too. Stabbed me up. That's going to be a part 3. This video is already hella long. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It's the kid.